Hello, and welcome to Threeflings, the only show on Twitch. You know, it's been a while since we last streamed. We haven't seen you all in a year.
Ha ha
ha! We're back this year in 2024 with some games by Black creators for Black History Month. The first one that we're playing is Princely by Michelle Jones, which is a fun little one-page game about being queer people disguising themselves as men because the king is very heteronormative and his daughter is not. So yeah, without further ado, let's meet our players, starting with Zan.
Hello, I'm Zan, also known as Pellet Rabbit on certain online places, and I hope to be playing some kind of disguised, magically transformed animal that's pretending to be human.
And Jess.
Hey! Nightbot / derogatory. Okay. Nightbot, we're breaking up right now.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Hi, I'm Jess. Thank you for the sub, R. Klein. You are the best. And hi, Themrez. I hope you have a wonderful night as well. I don't know why Nightbot is working, but I will post a link to the game, even though I'm very salty about what's happening right now. Anyway, hey, Happy New Year, everyone.
Did you explain who you are during all that, or was that
No, I didn't. I just bitched.
introductions before explaining who you are, Jess?
Hey, it's me, Jess. Am I doing my character or myself?
We haven't made characters yet, so but Zan mentioned what you wanted.
I mentioned what I was hoping for.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping there's two of you, as long as you both don't want to be the same.
I'm a human person.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm.
Oh yeah,
messing around with
we are
Nightbot
both
right now.
We are
I'm
both very
trying to fix
convincing humans.
Nightbot.
That's actually the secondary objective of tonight. So, if you successfully get Nightbot working again, you will, get a point. So,
It's true.
it's a challenge, but also an advantage, because Zan can't do that.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like, do you have Nightbot as a mod? And I'm like, I don't know why I would have changed that. But
Maybe
let's
Nightbot
find
is
out.
on vacation.
Anyway, let's get started with this delightful game.
I'm looking at the member list, and it seems like not Nightbot is online. That's weird. No, it's just being weird. Okay, so yeah,
This is an
let's
educational
make our
stream, and
characters.
tonight we're gonna learn about Nightbot and how it became my
Yeah.
enemy.
Oh yeah, maybe we need Daybot because I'm DMing.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, to create your characters, you need a true identity and a cover identity. I know that Zan, you wanted Cursed by a Witch, correct?
Yes. I indeed want Cursed by a Witch, but I think I want to roll for my cover identity.
Ooh, interesting.
I love it.
Which is
You have one, but
funny,
you're still
because
gonna
now
roll
I
it.
only have D6s out, and I need a D8. So, give me 1 minute to get the correct die out.
We all have our struggles tonight. I say when it's 12. for
All right.
me.
So, my cover identity is the prince of a fledgling kingdom, which I think would be
Ooh.
very appropriate for
Oh no, that's your
a
cover
dragon.
identity. Oh wait.
A dragon
Were you
pretending
rolling for
to be
your-
human.
Oh, so you're not rolling for your true identity, but you are rolling for your cover identity. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. Because like for a minute I was like, you want Cursed by the Witch, but you're still gonna roll to see if you get it. I was very confused. That makes more sense. Okay, that makes more sense. So you are
it's
a
like-
dragon.
It's like basically I'm having a little bit of a joke that I am a fledgling dragon and I'm pretending to be from a fledgling kingdom.
Ah.
So anyone that I describe is probably from my little hatchling group. And sure, my home definitely is a kingdom full of humans.
I love it.
And do you have a name for your character yet, or should we get back to that?
We'll get back to that.
Okay. Jess!
Hey,
Are you gonna roll for your identities, or are you
did.
gonna choose?
I
Hey!
rolled for them both.
Nice!
So, I am a princess in hiding as my true
Ooh.
identity. And my cover is a young lord, first of his name.
Oh, so you're not going with just a guy.
I was gonna be just a guy, but when I got a princess in hiding, I wanted to be just a guy if that was the true identity. I didn't realize that was the
Oh.
cover.
Fair, I mean, one of the true identities is a nobody, you know,
Mhm.
close enough.
You know what? I
Mm.
might just replace my lamp at this moment because it's been annoying me. So
Yeah, that
I'm
is
gonna
your
just like
task.
Ha! Nightbot
Oh,
ignored itself.
yay! Just gets the point, just gets the point. I'm serious about that, by the way.
Yay! I got it to work.
Jess is in the lead now. Okay. Have you figured out a name, or should we also get back to that?
My real name is Eloise,
Ooh.
and my young lord name is Sir Berwick of Moorview.
Ooh. First of your name.
Let me write this down. Her real name is Ahuman.
Incredible.
Ahuman. Princess Eloise. Sir or Lord Berwick. There we go.
Hell yeah. In addition, we have princely skills that, you know, you'll want to, like, distribute. You have 10 dice, what you can, like, put between the 6 stats, basically. Carry yourself with noble bearing, duel with skill and flair, speak elegantly, create beautiful art, expound upon worldly matters, and rise above courtly gossip. So, yeah.
Okay.
When you attempt to use a skill, you roll the number of d6 that you assign to it from the pool of 10, and you succeed if you get a 5 or 6, and fail if you roll lower.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 skills and
6
10
skills,
dice
10
to
dice.
assign.
Good luck.
Whew. Okay. Let's. I'm like, what would a princess be good at? And you have to assign at least 1 to each skill, right?
Yes.
Okay.
blast. Having no luck tonight, my replacement lamp has a remote control that I evidently did not put in the right place.
Oh
Phew.
no! So, I mean, did
Anywho,
you hear any of that, or did you?
I
No.
heard all of it. I just put
Okay.
myself on mute. So I believe my name is Wyndham Price.
Wesley Wyndham Price. Sorry.
Yes. I was just thinking, like, what would a dragon think is a prince name, but also Price deals with gold and money?
Ooh.
It's like people totally won't suspect that I'm secretly a dragon. But I'm also kind of laughing at everybody as well. And my kingdom is the Emerald. I want to say
Like the Emerald Isles, you're the King of Ireland.
yes. The Emerald Cliff.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like that because it like sparks a conversation of like, is it called the Emerald Cliffs because of all the trees on it, or is like the cliff itself made out of emerald?
Or maybe we have emerald mines. Who
Oh my God,
knows?
DW.
But it's really the color of my scales.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got that, DW.
Oh.
That's fun.
Oh no.
Okay. So, clearly, Zan does not have all of her points in Speak Elegantly.
No, definitely not. But I think maybe I
Sorry,
think
if you're watching this on YouTube, Arcline just posted, we can test it and see if cis men can find it.
I think I would definitely be able to carry myself with noble bearing.
Ooh.
Yes, I have put my major points into Speak Elegantly. I have 3 in that, 2 in Noble
Ooh.
Bearing and Duel with Skill and Flair. And then 1 in Art, Create Beautiful Art, 1 in Expound Upon Worldly Matters, and 1 in Rise Above Courtly Gossip.
Incredible.
I initially had 3 in Carry Yourself with Noble Bearing as well, but I figured, maybe she can do a little bit.
Maybe.
Maybe, we'll see. Hi! Don't go.
Oh no. This is your second challenge of the night?
Defeat
Defeat the vicious beast.
the vicious beast. Okay. So
My sweetie.
thinking 10 points. That would be I have a feeling that I'm just going to be very heavy-handed.
Heavy clawed.
Yep.
And since you
Okay.
figured... Okay, good. Have you figured out your skills
All right.
too?
Oh, we need a specialty too, right? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to get to that, but I was like, Zan, you seem like you're done now? Where did you put
Yes.
your points?
I put 5 points in carry yourself with noble bearing.
Bless. That makes
Does
sense.
that mean you
3
put like everything else in like...
And everything else gets a 1.
It's like 3 with duel with skill and flair. Wait, 10 points?
10 points.
Yeah, 10 points.
Yeah. And then I put 1 in create beautiful art and 1 rise above courtly gossip.
I think you do need one
You
in
need
each.
1 in each.
'Cause
Oh,
other
never
than-
mind.
Otherwise, it's like, how do
Oh.
you roll for that?
I mean, I could just not be able to and automatically fail, which, okay, so instead of 5 carry yourself with noble bearing, that's going to be a 4. and
Dang.
duel will be a 2, and then everything else is going to be 1.
Okay.
This is going to be so interesting. Yeah, so you next need a specialty and a bluff. The specialty is a talent that reflects your true identity. When you use your talent, you roll your skill with an extra d6. But if you fail, you gain an additional point of suspicion. Oh yeah, by the way, when you succeed on a roll, you gain a token of favor, and if you fail, you gain a point of suspicion. You win the game because this is PvP.
Mhm.
You win the game when you have 10 tokens of favor, and lose the game if you have 5 points of suspicion. So, that's
So
not
we
bad.
can both lose, is what
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that seems like the way this might go.
I'm hearing. Okay.
Yeah, and you also have a bluff, which is a talent that your cover identity should have, but that you don't. So if someone asks you to demonstrate that skill, you roll your skill with 1 less d6, which is, if you succeed the roll, you lose a point of suspicion. I am realizing that, that does mean that, if you only have 1 d6 in a skill, you will not be able to roll it, so I'm gonna... Since there isn't a rule clarifying that, I'm gonna say you roll 2 d6 and take the lower.
Wait. What?
If you only have 1 point in a skill, but you have a bluff in it, then you'll have to roll, which would mean that you would roll at 0 dice. I'll tell you roll 2 d6 and take the lowest.
Oh, okay. So are the specialty and the bluff part of these skills, or are they just a random thing, with cooking or hunting or something?
They can be anything, but
Okay.
but presumably they're related in some way to one of the
Right.
skills. Like create beautiful art would be the skill I'd associate with cooking, for example.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm so bad at things right now. I'm like, what does Lord Barrick of Moorview, what is he good at? He's from the Moors, so presumably Moors things.
Good at making s'mores.
Oh god. I was like, like Catherine and Heathcliff and Wuthering Upon the Heights. My bluff is Wuthering.
How does that work, Jess?
Oh, bluff, telling ghost stories.
Ooh. And that would be... Would you... I guess it will depend on, what the...
It can be expound
but,
upon worldly matters or speak elegantly.
Yeah, I was gonna... Yeah. I guess it depends on if ghosts exist in this world. And I'm gonna say ghosts exist in this world because dragons do. So
That's true.
why wouldn't ghosts exist in this world?
Where is Princess Eloise from? Her specialty is say lying.
I kind of wanted to put my bluff in expound upon worldly matters. It's like, yeah, sure, lying about those, just complete and utter fabrications about what's going on in the world. But because nobody knows where the Emerald Cliffs are, they don't know that they're lies, right?
So your bluff is expertise in the Emerald Cliffs, basically.
Yes.
You know all about the place, but no one else has ever been.
Or, nobody has come out alive.
Oh ho ho ho.
And I was thinking my talent would be fighting.
Ooh.
So that's why I can duel with skill and flair, because I've
Ooh.
probably fought against nobles that have tried to invade dragon lands. For,
Ooh,
we've got lots of treasures.
I love that.
But I love the part that I still have a 1 in, like, creating beautiful art, because while I collect it, I cannot create it, and that vexes me.
Yeah, I am noticing the distinct weaknesses here and being like, yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
I think
Your min-maxing will be your downfall.
I'm gonna say, and this ties into her skill of like speaking elegantly, is that Princess Eloise is very skilled at reading a room. So she's good at like knowing what needs to be said and when.
Yeah, that makes sense for a princess.
Mm-hmm. Like she knows nothing about worldly matters. She has not been like properly
Outside.
educated, but she's good at speaking well and looking good.
Hell yeah.
Which, when you're trying to look a certain way, that can certainly be helpful in something like this.
Does that mean that we've like figured out all the stuff for character creation?
I
Or are
think
we still-
so.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. We can start the game. Yay!
Yeah.
So,
Ha ha ha.
basically, the premise is that King Leopold has set up this magnificent festival for like knights and princes and lords all over the realm, to come and attend. It's wonderful, like lots of festivities, a lot of food, a lot of entertainment, and basically like the final night of this festival is a big ball, because the truth is that the king set this up.
The king is having a festival?
Yeah, the king is having a festival.
I wish to go to the festival.
Free food. Yes.
And
Yeah.
a ball.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a ball at the end because he's actually set all of this up so that someone will marry, or a man will marry his oldest daughter, who has turned on every single man who has ever, looked away, basically.
I mean, yes, she is
And,
not surprised to be one.
But and this is why you're all here, because though neither of you are men, you wish to see you have a chance at like getting noticed by Senpai, basically. Maybe she will notice you, and she hasn't noticed anyone else before.
Our client said a man burying his daughter off so she won't go to the forest.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, I'm not in charge of points, but points to Arkline.
What if Arkline wins? What happens then?
You tell me, you're the GM. You're
That's
in charge.
true, that's true. If Arkline wins, then the princess runs away into the forest and is never seen again. No, now I'm like, oh no, what if that's how that's it? What if you both fail deliberately to get that ending?
Oh no. Well.
But yeah, so we, now we've got the background. We now open up at the ball itself. This like incredibly large ballroom that's like bigger than like a house, honestly. It's like really large, like golden dome with like glass panes that like, invite in a night sky, and you can see the moon looming ahead. Like golden candelabras everywhere and chandeliers that illuminate the place, and it's very shiny and very impressive. There are people already, in fancy, dresses and suits, all like, mingling. Up at the back of the big ballroom is this dais, which is, like half raised up above the rest of the room, where the king is, in his throne, like looking over everyone, and the princess, God, what was her name again? Princess Lilac.
Aw.
She is also like sitting there, very politely and daintily sitting there. Around on the dais is like a bunch of like basically supplies and stuff, like easels for creating art, and like there's like room for people to perform spoken word poetry, for example, like because at the end of the day, like this is all to see if people can impress the king enough that, you know, he might give them his blessing to court the princess, and not, you know, the princess herself directly being like, hey, you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not how it works here. What do you mean? That doesn't give her agency. Yeah, and, you know, as we, you know, look around the, you know, this is like a panoramic view of the ballroom, and then we pan back to the doorway where who wants to be the first one to, you know, walk through the door and be introduced?
Well,
Say, I concede to the dragon.
I carry myself with noble bearing, but princes should always be the last to the party.
Okay.
Incredible.
So yes, I walk in. I'm bound and in borrowed clothing from one of my I probably don't have a squire, but I do have a horse master, and he would know a squire that he could get clothes from. So, a haunts, yes.
A haunts master.
So clothes that don't quite fit, but, you know, I have panache. Walk in, give my name to the herald, and, stand, survey the room, and go to present myself first to the king and then the princess, because I don't want to get my head cut off. Even though I really do want to make a beeline for her, I also, you know, don't want to die.
Hell yeah. Would you like to roll a speak elegantly?
Of course. 3d6. Here we go. 4 or higher, 5 or 6 in success, right?
4 or 6. I mean, 5 or 6.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 3s and a 2.
Oh, that's
So-
fun.
I'm gonna say I walk in there and curtsy.
Oh no!
Oh,
How? Like, did you just like, without like holding anything, just like in the air, basically?
I mean, just make the like hand gesture of curtsying
okay.
instead of the hand forward and back. Just put my hands out, and then I'm like, shit.
Oh no! So you gain 1 point of suspicion as the king notices this, like, this person, like this man with like really like ill-fitting clothes, which is already like, you know, not the best first impression. Like, do a curtsy instead of a bow. How scandalous!
It's kind of a birdsy.
Burpsy. And you just see his eyes in narrow suspicion. However, the princess does, you know, also notice this, and she's like, wait a second.
Like, Your Highness, and I assume the herald has said my name.
Yeah.
Just say, Your Highness, honored to attend. And say, actually, I probably can say a little more because I'm a man. But not too much more because he is still a king. So I just say honored, and then if he allows me to, I will back away. I assume I'm getting a nod, but I don't want to assume.
Yeah. he just nods curtly and like makes way for the the next person to introduce themselves to him.
Like, well, that could have gone better.
What do you do after you've introduced yourself? Like do you head straight for like the food that is being served? Do you like mingle with other people, or
I
do
want to
you
try
go
and scope the room out and just take a look around. But I would like, is there a queen here as well, or a king consort? Where is is there a partner to the king?
No, she tragically died of anime illness, unfortunately. You know how
No,
it is.
she was in the rain for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's really tragic.
So then, yeah, I will go.
But, this is why the king really wants to marry off his oldest daughter, because, he's like, damn.
Then
There isn't.
Of course.
I will introduce myself to the princess.
Well, didn't you already do that?
Oh, I thought I was just saying hello to the king.
They're sitting right next to each other, so when you
JK.
introduce yourself to the king, then she's also there. Do you think the king would let her be more than
I thought she
5
was
steps away?
mingling.
No,
Never mind.
She's not allowed to mingle.
She's
Okay.
sitting there in her much smaller throne, like with her like arms like crossed in front of, crossed in her lap, looking very dainty. But you have a sinking suspicion, like if anyone who like isn't a man who came with the intention of courting her, like probably will recognize that she is like not as like she's putting up an act.
Got it. Okay. Then I instead am going to scope out any gambling or gaming tables and also keep an eye out for anyone who might know me.
Ooh,
As I am a runaway princess,
interesting.
because I don't want to see them.
Fair.
And this definitely gives me enough time to be the last person to be introduced.
Yeah.
So
Obviously.
I will make myself presentable. And I make myself presentable with things stolen from princes and knights and things that have come into my territory. And, they have shiny things. It may have been a bit more difficult to kill them without tearing the clothing or getting blood on them, but I've been planning this for quite some time. So I have a feeling like maybe if somebody looks closely, they are a bit mismatched, because I bet they come from multiple kingdoms.
Including rival kingdoms, which might be interesting.
It might be interesting, but considering they're mismatched, it might not be immediately noticeable what kingdom style they're from, because they're also probably a bit older in style.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
A beautiful breastplate with massive tooth marks punched right through it.
I got a 5 and a 6.
Ooh, so yeah,
Okay, dragon.
you make your way like through the ballroom up to the king. You do a bow as is expected of a man. He notices all of your regalia, and he's very impressed by it, especially with like the massive the damage marks that are on your armor. He's like, oh yes, someone who has seen a lot of battles would be able to protect my daughter. So he is he's very enthused. The princess less so. So you gain a point of favor.
Yay.
But because Jess did successfully wrangle Nightbot, you are both on 9 points.
Okay. Well, I have been introduced, and I will say it is a pleasure to visit this fine country. The journey was long, but the surroundings make it worth the while.
Ooh. Would you say that's part of your speak elegantly role?
Yes, definitely
Nice.
part speaking elegantly, and I'm of course speaking about like the artwork in the room, but also kind of like directing it a little bit towards the princess.
Ooh. Do you want to roll again for me then?
Okay, so this is a speak elegantly.
Yes.
Oh, this could fall very. Oh, that is, that's a 1.
Oh no! What do you
Already,
say instead?
already.
Oh.
So
We're
I
so
mean,
good at this. We're so good at this.
I meant to be casual, but like I ended up staring far too intensely at the princess.
She is creeped out. I'm sorry.
Maybe my eyes like went slitted for just a moment because
Oh, no.
I forgot to remember that pupils are round.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that did not go over well.
Yeah, she's definitely weirded out, and noticing that his daughter is weirded out, the king is also a bit weirded out, and like basically like the guards. There's a guard standing on either side of the king and the princess, like kind of like move like a bit like closer to you, just in case like the king orders you to basically like remove you if you don't like get the message.
Yeah, I think I will like kind of back away a bit. I mean, I've introduced myself. Now I'm going to take a look over at that really, really nice piece of artwork that,
Ooh.
or maybe stare a little bit too intently at someone's jewelry.
Oh no. I love that you're really like making it harder on yourself.
Oh.
It's like I rolled so low on that one. I'm just like, I am not passing at all right now. And I need to know what that looks like.
That's incredible. A lot of people are, attending this ball not, to court the princess themselves, but just because, it's a big fancy party and they want to show off all of their riches and stuff. So, there's a fairly large crowd of people that are just like there to gossip. And I think, that everyone like staring like at each like individual like Asuda as they come up and like see how they perform, and like as walk around the room, you definitely hear whispers about your respective entrances. Like, did you see that guy that did a curtsy? Oh, also, did you see his clothes? Like, he needs to find a proper tailor.
No,
And
they're
just like
talking shit about me.
and being like, oh, did you see that the guy with like the interesting like suit of armor? How he like stared a bit too long at the princess. What was that about? She seemed really creeped out.
Okay, so do I see anyone here that I know? Or that would recognize me, that I need to hide from?
There is not a roll for that, so I'm gonna ask you to elaborate a bit more on your kingdom and like might be like looking for you.
Well, since I am a princess from, my own kingdom, that I have run away from, if I haven't been to one of these kind of things, I assume I've been to a kind of thing. And I
feel like
come
you've
out, as it were.
I feel like you would have been in the princess's place in these scenarios rather than the one like going around.
Right.
Like...
I'm just wondering if any of these guys had been like presented to me before. That might be.
Ooh.
That's what.
I think you like, as you like, look around the room, you definitely like, you like, you think, oh yeah, these all look like bland, boring guys, and then like. You like notice someone is like, wait, is that who I think it is?
Okay, because I definitely want to stay the hell away from that guy. Okay. Then I'm going to search for like gaming table or somewhere where no. 'Cause I'm a princess and I'm smarter than this. I'm gonna turn on my brain, my Jessica brain.
Well, that's never happened before.
Not on this channel. I'm going to see if I can spot any of the princess's maids
Ooh.
or ladies in waiting, because they'll know the tea about what this girl likes.
Yeah, like there are a bunch of like I was gonna say butlers and maids, but then like I tried to say both at the same time, so it came out as ma. Yeah, you see a lot of butlers and maids, like, you know, scrambling around the place, like offering hors d'oeuvres to people, and like, yeah, like, you know, taking away glasses that had been left on tables and stuff. Sometimes, you know, a maid or butler or like a servant like approaches the king and princess to be like, you know, is everything okay? Do I need to get you something?
Yeah.
You can approach any of those.
Cool. Yeah, I will stop over by one of the maids and give them my winningest, most sexy manly smile.
Is she like, you know, putting away a drink or like, you know, carrying a tray or
yeah. I'll say, ooh, if she's putting away a drink, I will offer to help carry it for her.
Ooh, yeah, I think,
Such a gentleman.
Ooh, what skill would that be?
It's probably the opposite of carry yourself with noble bearing.
Are you sure?
Common sense.
Well, it might be a carry yourself with noble bearing.
Because I feel like it's more about like the
Depends.
physicality than the speaking. So I think, yeah, it would be carry yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, 2 dice. Let's go. That's cocked. Ooh! Is a 4 a success? Or is that a fail?
No, it is failure. Another your
failed
second point of
again.
suspicion. No.
So I just go over there and I'm like, oh, that looks heavy. Can I carry that for you?
Oh, I imagine that means that, like, as a princess, you, like, were, like, more sympathetic to the servants than nobility is, like, meant to, basically.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe that was kind of why you know, ran away, because you didn't want to, like, treat, like, people, like, lower in society, like, worse.
Yeah. And this is so cliche. I pushed against the role of a princess. I was not a prize to be won. I was good at sword fighting, and I wanted adventure in the great wide somewhere. And I wanted to fight and see the world and kiss the girl.
So many references.
So many,
like,
but all good.
why don't I carry that for you? It looks heavy, in totally not a masculine voice, just in, you know, my high-pitched girly voice.
Yeah, like, the maid is, like, you know, like, I think there's some relief, but also, like, immediate, like, what do you want from me? Like, what is going on here? This is my job, hello? So yeah, she's definitely, like, and also the king, like, notices this interaction, and he's also just like, why is, you know, this member of nobility, you know, fraternizing with the, you know, the work. So yeah.
I'm like, hey, we got off on the wrong foot, clearly. I'm a lord, and I have a name. My name is Lord Warwick of Moorview. First of my name.
Okay. Congrats on the name.
Thank you. And you are?
I think at this point, like, the maid is already, like, backing away and, like, trying to, like, get back to her job.
You are far too busy to be dealing with the likes of me. I understand. Good luck! Carry on! Carry on.
How is staring at beautiful art, Zan?
I think it's going swimmingly. I think I'm going to... You know what? If I see anyone else, like, making headway with the princess, I might challenge them to a duel. Because those totally happen at parties.
Like, I love how you basically just got here, and you're already like, time for a duel!
And I'm like, I want to pick a fight with someone. I feel like...
I like this idea, but no one has made headway with the princess because look at you both.
Well, I mean... I'm a dragon, though, so the way we impress others is by fighting. So, I need to find someone to pick a fight with.
In that case, do you want to, like, converse with people to, like, see if, like, you know, they have an idea of who's, like, the best, like, who's winning, basically? And then, find the person that they say who's winning?
So basically, I will fail at my speak elegantly skill, and someone will pick a fight with me.
Yes, exactly.
I'll fight you. Clearly nothing can go wrong.
Nothing, absolutely nothing will go wrong. Okay, so I am doing a roll for speak elegantly, because I'm talking to people?
Yes.
Alright. Got a 4.
Oh, you fail.
You're as
Second
good as
point
I
of
am.
suspicion. You are both, like, tied on losing right now, and I love that for you. So yeah, you, like, go around and be like, who's winning? And everyone's like, what?
Everyone's losing.
Basically, but also they're like, you're not wrong in thinking that this is a game of winning and losing. But most people, most nobility have more tact than to come out and say who's winning, and you're just really like you're speaking how like the nobility expect you to, and yeah, like I think since you won it, like I think like someone, a prince, Prince Hugo. The man that was trying to court our lovely prince, was Ellen. I forgot the full name. Just your character.
Oh, my name's Eloise, Princess Eloise.
Oh yeah, Eloise, alright. Yeah.
My prince name is Lord Warwick of Moorview.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy, Prince Hugo, he was one of the people that were courting Princess Eloise. So this is the person that you recognize, and like he's this like really pompous, like because he's a prince, he thinks he owns the world kind of guy. And he hears that like you're asking who's winning. It's like, who's winning? I'm winning. Do you want to chat? Like, are you hoping to challenge me to a duel? Because I will fight you.
Yes, please. Right here, right now.
Yeah, everyone else, like, you hear, like, voices in the ballroom will, like, you know, rise as people, like, did you hear that? That Prince Hugo challenged, you know, that other guy to a duel right here. And, like, you know, people, like, automatically, like, you know, back away from you to, like, clear up space. Like, the king has immediately, like, noticed this happening, and he is watching intently. So, yeah, please roll me duel with skill and flair.
Haha! And I immediately turn off my light.
Oh no!
We shall duel in the dark. Okay. I did get a 6.
Ooh. So yeah, I'm sure, Princess Eloise would know this, but Prince Hugo is all bravado and no follow through.
Yeah.
So while he does look like while he thinks he owns the world, basically, he is kind of notorious for, like, not liking to, like, go to his lessons and, like, slacking off and, like, bribing tutors to, like, let him off. And yeah, you, like, handily defeat him.
Tutors. Sorry, I was like tutor England?
Not quite.
Okay.
DW is right. He thinks he owns the world, but it's a rent.
Oh.
So, how does the princess respond to this duel?
Just like you, she has been, like, attempted to be courted by Prince Hugo. He has actually asked her out many times. This is his 5th time.
Jesus.
So she is no stranger to him, like you. So, like, seeing him, like, completely get his ass kicked, she definitely approves, and you do gain a point of favor, or ticket of favor for this.
Yes, please. That was fun.
Yeah, like, Prince Hugo, he is completely, like, knocked on his ass, so, like, he's lying on the floor there, like, looking at the ceiling, and being like, I'll defeat you next time, before, like, he runs off. Like, he gets up and runs off to, like, the bathroom to cry.
Like, oh, maybe next time you'll actually be a challenge.
Like, he did not, like, land a single hit. He was, like, swinging his blade wildly, like, he's never been in a fight.
I don't know this new chap here with the tooth-marked breastplate. However, I can't resist kicking Hugo when he's down. So I would like to raise a toast to the winner of this duel.
Ooh, nice.
And can I
Would that be
my read the room to add it to my speak eloquently?
Yes, you may.
Cool.
Is a Scooby-Doo ending an option? They're all options.
I got 2 6s.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like, yes, please, someone unmask me as a dragon at the end. I think that would be great.
Yeah, you gain a token of favor, so you're both on 2. You're both on 2 points of favor and 2 points of suspicion, which is incredible. But yeah, what do you say?
Zan, what's your cover name again? Oh, right, it's Wesley. It's
Wyndham Price.
Like,
Wyndham
Price. A champion among men, and a man among champions. Never have I seen such daring do with a sword, for what he did proved his sword mightier than that which has fallen. A lesser sword with a lesser man.
Yeah. People are moved by our words and become clapping on them. Well said, and even the... Yes, indeed. I think
some say that Wyndham Price's sword is too mighty for a young lady. However, I do not doubt our fair Princess Lilac here. And clearly, a toast to Wyndham Price for weeding out the daggers and rapiers who did not deserve our princess's company. To you.
Thank you.
See, I made a joke about his penis.
Yeah.
Yep. Which went completely over our little dragon's head, because, yeah. I was just like, yes, my sword was indeed mightier, and I'm wielding like a saber or something.
I'd like to think that you like started the speech up soon enough that Hugo was not out of the you know, when you had the speech, so like
Yeah.
you see him like running away, like tears like welling up in his eyes.
Oh,
So
the
you're
speech
like,
was entirely for him.
yeah.
Mm.
My question though is, do you think he would recognize your voice, or do you think you managed to disguise it?
Ooh.
I
well
think with
enough?
2 6s, I disguised
That's
it
fair.
well.
That's fair.
Like, please give me that. I've been doing so badly until now. Oh. Like I'm a fan of the blade myself, but only when a lady's favor is in danger. I never saw the need for unnecessary roughness.
But then, how do you, Wyndham's just like, but how do you prove that your fighting skills are better without a little tussle?
Ooh.
Was that rhetorical?
You know, if you take Wyndham up on it, Wyndham's all ready for another fight, because that one just wasn't even worth noting.
No, I feel like I don't want to fight Wyndham. I'm good at fighting, but I saw
You know,
that, and I know what I'm outmatched. If it comes down to that where I have to fight Wyndham, I will, but I don't want to just for show.
Oh,
Although, there are other kinds of duels, those of
Yu-Gi-Oh!
cards.
cards.
Gambling man, Wyndham.
I can't say that I've ever gambled before. I don't generally like losing treasures.
Undragon thing.
Was it Princess? Shall you call the wager? What are we betting for? Or would you like to join us?
I love that you're like putting an emphasis on gambling, where I'm like, all of our rolls are gambles. What are you hoping the gambling itself looks like?
I'm just thinking of things they do at balls and fancy parties. There's always people over in the corner playing cards.
That's fair. But like, I guess, like, do you want to like do a duel check but with cards? Is that what
Yeah.
you're hoping for? Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. You address the princess.
Yeah.
I think like she considers him the king as like, who told you you could speak to the princess? You must prove yourself to me, and I shall not wager anything towards one suit over another. You must prove yourself of your own merit, not the favor of me or the princess.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Are you gonna have a card game?
Like, well, surely the princess would like to try out a dancing partner. Or is your majesty going to be dancing with each of us to determine our worth?
Oh, God, imagine.
And
The
I'll extend my
homoeroticism
hand to
of
the
toxic
king
masculinity.
to invite him to dance.
He looks offended at that because he is such a straight man that he would never like the idea of two men or like two people that he perceives as men dancing together is like, that's, you know, unheard of. That's preposterous. He's like, no, if you want to prove your dancing skills, you must first prove your ability to find a dancing partner first. If you cannot convince a woman to dance with you, who's to say, you know, how well you are at courting my daughter?
No, that checks out. If I can seduce a random woman, that definitely correlates to my ability to seduce a specific woman.
Yeah.
It's
I'm glad you
exactly
get
the
it,
same.
Jess.
Huh?
I'm glad you get it, Jess.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Are there any, like, noble ladies here? Or is
Yes,
it
there
just
are.
dudes?
There are plenty of noble ladies that are there just to gossip. They are the majority of the people that have been making fun of you, basically, honestly,
Okay.
because of like all of your actions so far.
Okay. Do I know any of them from my princessing time?
Ooh, I think there would be. I think there's like a couple of like noble women from your country. You notice Lady Evangeline. I think she is definitely like a pretty like well-known noble woman from your country that like she loves parties and like she loves gossip. She loves to spread rumors. She loves any way to make like herself feel better than others.
Okay.
GW is like, but does she love breakdancing?
I think. And is this a known thing about her, or do I just know this about her?
I think, I think she's like sneaky enough about like her true nature that like it's not like widely known, and like the majority of the people that know what she's like are like her friends and are basically more of the same. So it's not like scandalous or anything. It's just like, yeah, that's Lady Evangeline. Like she's great.
All right. I'm going to ask a servant to send champagne to Lady Evangeline. And underneath it, I want to have written a note on a napkin.
Ooh.
That says, I have information you may be interested in.
Interesting. Yeah, so the servant does what you
and
say
I just
what
say,
to
like,
do.
where to find me, right? I'll be under the painting of something.
Right.
Saint whoever.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
be under
you
the painting of
definitely...
Saint Jeff.
Saint Jeff! That's a beautiful name for a saint. So yeah, the servant carries out exactly what you want, and you see like Evangeline like grab the champagne and like lift it up, notice the napkin, and look over and like read it, and then like look over at the painting of Saint Jeff, and she definitely like excuses herself from her friends and makes her way over.
I give a courtly bow. Say, I do believe it's Lady Evangeline. May I have this dance?
Please roll me a carry yourself with noble bearing first.
Absolutely. A 6?
Ooh. Yeah, you definitely like bow this time instead of curtsy.
Hey.
And you can, because you know her well enough, you can see like a twitch in her eye that indicates that she's thinking along the lines of, oh, so you can bow.
Yeah, I just choose not to sometimes.
And she's like, may I know what your napkin was saying first?
Well, then what will we discuss while we dance? And I want to draw her on the dance floor as I say that.
Fair enough. Alright, dancing time, everyone.
If people are dancing,
Excuse me, kitty.
I definitely want to join in because I don't want to stand out that much by not dancing. But would dancing be like a carry yourself with noble bearing?
Yes.
Okay.
But by the way, Jess, the king does notice that you did successfully ask Lady Evangeline to dance and like lead her to the lower room. He's like, so you can, charm a random woman,
bow.
which means that you could charm my daughter. That makes
I'm
sense.
so
All women are
good
the
at
same,
women.
after all.
We're the same after all, is that what you said?
Yeah, women are all the same, after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
thinking like I grabbed the closest partner. I was like, okay, I need someone with wide clothes. Like, because I notice how they're pairing off. So,
Oh, wide clothes
kind
is
of-
in the dress.
as in the dress, yes. Because, I can't speak elegantly. Maybe I don't know the name for things.
True.
I love when my mouse just vanishes.
Yeah, this stream is pretty cursed.
Yeah. The
Coming
stream's
back
so
with a new
cursed that
setup
we
is definitely
tried-
challenging.
Yeah. The stream's so cursed that we actually meant to do this last week, and then everyone, both Zan... no, not Zan. Both Jess and Ink, who also can't be here this week, got sick, and it was like... guess we can't do it.
Yeah.
And now,
Like, whoops.
we were one person away from not being able to do this again this week. Which would have been
But
very
we're
awkward,
here now.
Yeah,
And we are dancing.
we sure are. So yeah, were you gonna do a carry yourself with noble bearing, Zan, or were you...
Yes, that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I got a 5 and a 6.
Ooh. So yeah, so you're both on 3 tokens of favor, I believe, at this stage.
It's like,
Yes.
oh, lead a person around and twirl a bit with flair? Yeah, I can do this.
So you find a random woman, and I think after seeing your skill at fighting, complete imbecile, and the speech about you, this random woman you found, very happy to dance with you. I think she thinks you'll have a social status. So yeah, congrats.
Yeah, of course.
Congrats on dancing.
And we'll definitely talk about my small kingdom
Yes, exactly.
while we're dancing.
Yeah. Before we get to that, let's go back over to Jess's character. How's the gossiping or the blackmail going? What's happening?
No. I was just gonna, tell her a lie. Oh, no. I'm gonna say, I heard
Wait a second.
that someone here is not who they seem to be.
Please roll me a speak elegantly.
Okay.
Ooh.
A
I
one,
think,
a three,
you
and a
see-
6.
Yeah, her eyes light up, being like, so you noticed too. But do you know who it is?
Oh, you're under the impression there's just one.
Oh.
I heard the princess is one of her ladies.
Is that so? Well,
Unless I
Might
was
we-
misinformed.
interesting. But first, I might mention we haven't really done introductions yet, have we?
Well, my apologies. I thought I introduced myself, but clearly I was so dazzled by your beauty that I drew you on the dance floor at once. My name is Lord Berwick of Moorview. First of my name. We're a young house with a lovely view of the moors.
Very descriptive house name. And why would you, first of Morwick, or Morview, have access to such information?
Let's just say that some of my gentlemen have become acquainted with some of her ladies, but I heard that if anyone knows anything, you know it first. So I thought I should verify.
Ah, interesting. So you do know something. Interesting. So why tell me this?
Oh. Well, to see if my gentlemen were, having a joke upon me. See if it was a bit of a lark.
Then
Because
it
if anyone
turns
knows
out.
anything, it's you.
Then yes, your sources seem to have a grain of truth at the very least. Yes, there are rumors, many rumors that, well, this kingdom, it's, the largest kingdom around, and marrying Princess Lilac would, give her husband a lot of political power, so of course, there are spies and all sorts of people that are said to be in attendance, though I myself am only really concerned that Prince Carlos may be in attendance in the guise of a squire.
Ah, yes, Prince Carlos. Do I know who that is?
He is another person that has, tried courting you before.
Got it.
He kind of has like a homoerotic, almost like rivalry with
Hugo?
Prince Hugo, because they keep on like trying to court royal women, and they keep failing. And this time, Prince Carlos, like this time, has decided maybe I should try a more subtle approach rather than Prince Hugo, who's very boisterous and very like, I would never like hide, who I am kind of guy.
Ah. Thank you for the information. I'll be sure to keep my eyes on the squires. And when will you be having your arrangements, shall we say?
Just what do you mean by this?
Why is such a lady as yourself not betrothed?
Oh, interesting. Well, no one's ever been, quite as qualified, shall I say. The men in these realms are so lacking. No wonder the king had to hold such a extravagant ball in the hopes that someone of adequacy should appear.
Yes, balls, very important. Well, thank you for the dance. And the information. And I'll give her a twirl. And a clap, clap!
I think before you try and disengage, she does grab your wrist, and she pulls you in a bit and
So
being
romantic.
Ooh.
this should be an exchange. Oh. Exchange of information, should it not? Your sources informed you that there are people that are not who they are here. do you have information on anyone else that isn't Prince Carlos? Because it seems that you were a bit taken aback by my revelation.
Well, I've never seen the princess before, so I had been informed that this was not actually the princess. That this was one of her ladies in the guise of her princess, because we do not deserve to see the real princess. You, however, I'm sure know her quite well.
Yes. So, But anyone can say that. That is very common rumor for these. Alright, but if I ever need more information, you better cough it up, alright? If we meet again?
I will give you everything I have and more. But don't tell anyone what I heard about the princess. We wouldn't want that to get out. Knowing
Of course.
entirely she will spread that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you definitely, like, once you, like, part ways, you looking, like, after you being, like, anyone could say that, like, that could be a lie, like,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, also, like, her inner thoughts being, like, okay, but, like, this person knew who I was, and, like, you know, sorted me out, so maybe there is truth there as well. And you see, like, this mental fight go on for a bit, and then before she, like, turns around and, like, goes to find all of her friends. So something went out there.
Yay!
You won in something.
I won it doing something. I proved to the king
Yeah.
I could dance with someone, and I tricked her into dancing with me. That was the point of
Yeah.
this. And if maybe she makes an ass out of herself, that's also fun.
So remind me, did I give you a point for speak elegantly for like talking with her about this conversation?
No, just for the dance.
Okay. I think you should get a point for that whole deal.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm
you
at
earn
4 tokens and 2 suspicion.
Congrats! You're twice as favorable as you are suspicious. Back to Zian. How? Yes. The woman
I have been
that-
dancing.
Yeah. Oh god. Me. I'll prepare like 3 names. Reality. So many more. Yeah, you're dancing with Lady Eliza, who is very enthusiastic about knowing about your culture and your kingdom because she has never heard of it before. Who would have thought?
Oh, of course.
And yes, she would like you to expound upon worldly matters about your kingdom. And this is your bluff,
And-
correct?
This is my bluff.
So you have to
So-
roll 1 less d6.
So, okay. I could only roll 1, so as you said, you roll 2 and take the lowest, so I got a 4.
Oh, what was your other one?
A 5.
Okay, so yeah, you were so close to like saying like I think you like waffle on and like talk about like things that could be possible
And
she's
maybe I slipped in something about like attacking someone with claw and tooth and flying over the mountains is so majestic and just like maybe dropping just a few suspicious things there that probably should not have said. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm doing so good at this dancing thing that I just forgot that I probably should keep my mouth shut.
yeah, like I think like 90% say like she's really into, and then the other 10% she's like until like gradually like that builds up enough that she's like hold on, and like she like makes you go to the bathroom like to powder her nose, and then she like as soon as like you let her go like she like runs off and the king notices, so you get a point of suspicion. Yeah, just flying over the mountains.
I think
like
that's
a
very
human.
fair. I'm very.
I see nothing wrong with anything you've said or have done, honestly. I think you're
Are you going to make a
perfectly
second speech about?
cromulent, you're a perfectly cromulent suitor for the princess. So... how is the king, are there entertainments for us at this ball, or challenges we must partake in?
Well,
Or is
yes,
it just
you.
dancing?
You are the entertainment in this ball. So yeah, as I
Okay.
mentioned before, there's like a kind of a stage like around, like a raised platform around the king and princess
Great.
that has like easels and like stuff and like places that like you can like entertain the king with.
Then I will tell a ghost story
Alright!
of the
Ooh.
scary moors.
This is your
Of time
bluff,
on the
correct?
moors, not like the human people, like the
Right,
alien.
yeah, but this is your bluff, right?
Yes.
Yes. I assume that you're trying to lose suspicion.
I am.
So yes, please roll. Like, would you? We were talking about this earlier, about like
Yeah.
which skill this would be. What do
Want
you
this to
think?
be speak elegantly or expound upon worldly manners?
I feel like it should be
Or
expanded upon
create
worldly
beautiful
matters
art.
or beautiful art, because I feel like we've used speak elegantly a lot so far, and I
Mhm.
want to use the skills.
we could say could
So you-
create beautiful art. That sounds right.
Yeah, if you're making it up, I guess. But the problem is, create beautiful art is like if you're making it up, clear that you're making it up versus expound on worldly matters, which will be about actual worldly matters that you're lying about.
And I will talk about the tragedy that struck my home.
Okay, expound upon worldly
Oh.
matters then.
The ancient house, the land upon where Barrick family has made our shire, and how we have reclaimed the land from the spirits and cleansed it from its hauntings. Yeah.
I hope this story is just Lode's gun, Moore's Haunted.
So, I have 1 point in that. So,
Yes.
roll 2, take the worst. I got a 6 and a 2.
Ooh, yeah, you again, like you also are like so close at making it convincing, and then like, how do you slip up actually in this case?
Let's see. I think I get like this is a real story of this area. Like I'm gonna say Lord Barrick is like a real lord who just isn't here. And I get part of the family history wrong.
Ooh,
Social faux pas.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh yes, my great grandfather, and I say my real great grandfather's name.
ooh,
Oh no.
dun dun dun.
I forget to be in character.
You're out of character
I tell a
without
good
marking
spooky
double
story
bracket.
and get to like invested in it.
But you mixed up the lore. How could you? And yeah, like I think like both the king and the princess are like, you know, pretty like enraptured in the story, but then like when you mention that inconsistency, the king like pauses for a moment and like corrects you. And I
Yeah.
think like
No.
correction really like gets to you because you're like, oh no, he figured me out. Like he realizes that I'm all a sham, and then like
I'm like, oh,
I'm not who I say I am.
stupid ass. Like you can never recover from this, and I just start like
Yeah.
beating myself up mentally while I'm like, yeah. And then the ghost was there and haunted, and it was really spooky. And anyway, you should come because it's pretty now. It's still a good time for ghost stories. So thanks, bye.
She just run off back into the crowd and like
Just give another bow, a birdsie,
another birdsie.
and have like shaky hands, shaky knees. And I'm like, I'm not much for public speaking today.
Yeah. You see Lady Evangeline, who is like paying more attention to you now that you, and she is like definitely like gossiping about you to her friends and like, you know, being like, have you seen that Lord Berwick guy? Like, he's like keeps on like doing weird curtsy movements. He even told me that like apparently he heard rumors, you know, about the princess not being who she is. Like, what is going on? Like, why does this guy think he has a chance? And like, I think like, you know, she says this loud enough, near enough to you that like you can hear that, and I would like you to make a rise above courtly gossip roll.
Oh, good. I think I have 1d6 in. That's a 2.
Oh god. So yeah, how like I guess you hear this and you react negatively. How do you react?
Oh, something mean. I react in a way that fake news. Just kind of turn and go, you know, it's fascinating that you're so high-handed with your gossip when you're clearly wearing a repinned dress. Isn't that your mother's? Or did I just see you wearing that 3 seasons ago? I mean, if that's what you can afford, if that's all that the whatever she is house can afford, I mean, there's no shame in that, but you know, people on high horses should watch out for the fall, and well, clearly your horse has had a bitten bridle that came from the peasantry. Which is not how a gentleman should respond.
Yes, absolutely not. Like, as soon as like she hears like the spiel, like she, especially, are you speaking with your actual voice or your prince? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she like
don't speak to me in those last season Prada shoes, honey.
Yeah, like she is connecting the dots, and now like she has like a massive hold above you. It's like she could blackmail you, she could reveal who you are to the court, but even without like her revealing anything, like people are hearing like your incredibly feminine like take on like your very feminine roast on like Evangeline that like no man would, you know, be able
Berwick
to.
is gay.
Why is this gay man going to court the princess?
Is he gay or European?
And meanwhile, Wyndham is probably not paying attention to most of the gossip, and is just kind of like, so what? When they do hear it, it's just like, okay, that's not really something that would matter to dragons.
Question, Jess, does that mean that you're in full suspicion now?
No, I don't think so. I'm at 3?
Because you already got a point of suspicion from failing the ghost
4.
story, and then you got another point of suspicion. Yeah.
Oh.
You are one suspicion away from losing.
Getting kicked out.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm doing so well. I'm gonna win.
I believe in you.
I wonder. Since Wyndham just really wants to participate in another duel and is like, well, people are heckling this person. Maybe, and this person seems angry. Maybe they want to fight about it. Maybe they want to tussle. Maybe, and just kind of is just like, so. It's like the story was fun, but how are you with the sword?
Me?
Not realizing that this could be taken in a completely different direction.
To me?
Yes.
No complaints yet. And then I'm like, shit, no, let's just fight.
And everyone's like, so yeah, rumors of you gay are spreading. And the king is like,
I dabble in swordbook.
Oh, come on, let's see it then.
This guy might be gay, and maybe he only wants to political power.
It's like, I can't marry my daughter to a gay man. She won't have heirs. Oh god, now I'm thinking of this line from it's Fire and Blood, the book where they know they're marrying the princess to a gay man, and the priest who like arranges the marriage is like, just because I prefer fish does not mean I won't eat lamb when it's offered. It's like, Sir Laenor will do his duty. Oh.
But in any case, does that mean does that mean we fight?
Yes,
we can fight.
You.
Oh,
yes.
This could be the end of the game.
This could be the end of the game.
Alright. For this, I want you to both roll duel with skill and flair and see what happens. If you both fail, I think it would be very funny. But if you both win, I don't know what will happen.
Well, I lost.
Oh god. What did you
Are
roll?
you sure?
I got a 4 and a 3.
Zen, did you also lose?
I got a 1, 2, and a 3. So I think like I completely lose control of my shape-shifting ability during this duel because I'm having too much fun. And like a tail grows and my eyes change and I'm just like and looking around and everyone's
that? I just go, like I said, no complaints.
I'll let you do that because you got a higher number than I did, so.
So yeah, technically you both lose the fight.
Yeah, we both lose.
I lost the fight and I lost control of everything, so I think I am out of the running.
I'm now at 5 suspicion. I'm officially out of the running.
Yeah, Zen, are you deliberately being like, removing yourself from the running, even if you don't have 5 points of suspicion?
I think I kind of have to at this point, because I lost so completely. And I feel like I would not be able to recover. Although, if the princess shows any interest in my partially transformed form, I would offer her an escape. Hey, have you ever been kidnapped by a dragon?
Princess, are you a monster fucker?
This whole I was gonna say, like, you have this fight and really wrong, and then you look over at the princess and wink.
Yes.
To see if she's a scaly.
Let's say after I disarm Wyndham, and I'm like, no complaints yet, I go to wipe the sweat from my brow and accidentally release my long locks. And everyone's like, she's a girl?
It's like, and somehow that's more surprising that he's a dragon.
Yeah.
That woman is a woman?
And yeah, I think I would look at you and the princess, and I'm just kind of like, hey, so who wants to get kidnapped by a dragon? Anyone? Any takers?
It's a hasty exit, honestly.
Yeah. Like,
oh, sure.
I think
yeah.
that, like,
come on. I got
both
you.
get kicked out, but I think that like most of like the guards are like trying to get Wyndham out. So, in comparison, you like are able to like escape really like easily.
I will escape with Wyndham. Wyndham's a good fighter. It seems like
Ooh.
a nice guy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not actually a guy. I haven't decided yet. Dragons have this thing where they decide later on, and I just haven't.
I was looking for adventure in the Great White somewhere, and I never expected to
no
meet a dragon.
thanks.
Well, I have these cliffs. I can totally take you there, meet my family. I can protect you from them, of course. And anyone who tries to come after you is just like bonus for us.
Like, you'll eat them?
Maybe just steal their stuff.
I would like to watch that.
Cool.
And maybe we could rescue a princess, too.
You know, I like this plan.
I'm glad we met. My toast about you was not made in vain. Let's go, Eloise. Like, introducing myself with my real name, too.
Oh, and, well, I guess my name really is Wyndham, because dragons don't generally have names. So, Wyndham.
Pleased to meet you, Wyndham. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I love a PvP
Yes,
where
let's.
everyone wins.
We've
my
both
losing.
lost, but we won at friendship.
Yeah, I guess you fly away into the sunset. Well, the sunrise,
Yes.
I guess, at this point.
Yep.
I love it. I love it
Yeah.
so much.
Let's. I do want to say that, like, in the months like afterwards, after the disaster ball, where like a dragon appeared, no one like successfully like impresses the king, and after like in the mess of the ball, the princess does run away into the forest, where no one in the kingdom ever heard from again. But apparently, but I hear that she's very happy at this, so trust me.
You know, every forest could use more lesbians.
Hell yeah. Is there anything else that you want to say your characters do before we end this?
I cannot have imagined a better ending for my character, honestly. I'm extremely happy. I think Zan had to run off for a second, but should we start? Oh, she's back. Should we start doing outros?
Yeah, it's like I thought I could get one quick thing done before outros. Yes, dragon definitely is very distractible, but I think Eloise like helps them to focus and teaches them about speaking and things like courtly manners, even though they might be slightly skewed.
Hell yeah.
I enjoy that.
Oh, a hydrate from DW.
Hydrate!
Oh,
Before we
I'm out of
hydrate.
water, but I have my cursed mug, so I'll have that. Heck yeah.
Yeah. That was Princely by Michelle Jones.
Yay!
What a blast. Like, oh, that was like we said, like there are, what did we even say? There are, themes that like might be heavy, but what, like, this game wasn't so lighthearted and so just damn goofy, and we could do such a wholesome ending.
Heck yeah.
So, shall we let's find out where we can find our players outside of this game, starting with Zian.
Hi, I'm Zan. You can find me at my website at zanlarson.com, which you can find my online store and most of the stuff that I have worked on, I have included links for. So lots of art and things, and Hopefully I will get a update where conventions I might be at. So,
Yay.
fun and all that
Jess?
noise.
Jess?
That's my name. Hey, I'm Jess. You can find me on Blue Sky. I write games and stuff.
Thank you, Jess. And
I'll
I'm
make announcements
Draz.
about next week when Draz is done.
Yeah. And I'm Draz. You can find me on my itch.io page, Drazillion. Technically, I'm on social media, but am I really? I don't think I am. But, like, I'm also in our Patreon Discord if you ever want to chat.
Let's. Yeah, you can support us on Patreon. We have a lot of fun there. There it is. Thanks. And hey, so stick around because we're gonna do a raid. But before we do that, we're gonna shoot our behind the scenes show, and you get access to that when you join our Patreon. Next week, we are going to be playing Companion's Tale, and we have 3 giveaways from Roll20, which is very kind of them. So if you want to maybe win a copy of Companion's Tale, join us for that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us, whatever time of day it is for you right now. We're going to go raid Phoenix Iwaki, go give them a 3P hello, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye!